My name is Becky Flaherty. I started swimming for Carmel Swim Club in the first grade in around 2004 when my family moved to Carmel. And I continued swimming for Carmel up until I graduated from Carmel High School in 2016.
Perfect.
Right. So in fall of 2020, I moved up to Boston to start a master's program at Boston University. I am also a graduate assistant at BU's Fitness and Recreation Center.
Okay, very cool. Do you like Boston?
I do so far. It's very new to me still. We're still exploring, so it's great.
What?
Right. So I do think some of my earliest memories in the water were around neighborhood swimming pools at my grandparents' pool over the summers. And then as my brother and sister started swimming competitively, I was always around their practices, and that's really what got me involved in swimming, and frankly also what made me continue swimming all the way through college. So it was definitely from the beginning to the end. It's been there with me.
Now you Now you hinted at when we were talking earlier that you taught some swimming lessons even this spring. So can you talk a little bit about what made you want to kind of pay it forward a little bit and share some of your expertise and knowledge about swimming with little ones?
Right. So even when I was still living in Carmel, I was doing neighborhood swimming, which was a little bit more of an older age group with the kids that have had some skills in the water. And so that was a lot of fun. And then this past summer, I was in New Jersey and got the opportunity to do some private swim lessons for one singular family with ages 2, 4, 6, and 8,
Oh boy.
which was, yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And their comfortability with the water was definitely very different. And it was just a lot of fun to be able to explore the water with them and kind of, at that point I had finished competitively swimming, and it kind of brought me back to those fundamentals when you start to learn how to swim, as easy as getting your face in the water, what that feels like, and then how body position and all of that. So it was a lot of fun, and yeah.
Okay. Which
There are so many different things and so many little things that I remember about being on Carmel Swim Club, and things that were just said so many times that they stay with you. And I think, to sum it up, I don't think I realized how much Carmel Swim Club provided me with the foundation of self-reflection and self-awareness. Even from a pretty young age, Carmel taught me how to set goals, how to achieve those goals, and also how to fail. And I think the ability to adapt and be goal driven, but also be growth driven and value the journey, I think has been something that today, especially, has been something that I'm continuing to grow in. And um, I think there's value in learning and being aware of where you are today and where you came from and where you're going, but you can't spend so much time thinking about the different times you're going or the different meets you want to attend. You have to kind of say, where am I today? What can I do right now to get there?
Yeah.
But having that common vision and goal, knowing that you're surrounded by the people that are also working towards goals, I think was something that is something I am seeking out in a career. It's seeking out in the people that I surround myself with even today. And yeah.
It's pretty nice.
So I think when I look back at my time at Carmel, you're not you're not a swimmer. You're not just a swimmer. You're a teammate, and you're a friend, and you're a competitor. And those things have stayed with me. And I think it's important to remember that role that you have every day when you show up on the pool deck and showing up for your teammates because they're going to show up for you. And that means showing up in the work that you do, but also in how you carry yourself every day. And I think Carmel does an amazing job already of providing the resources for swimmers to figure out their why. Why are they doing what they're doing? And I think that's incredibly important. And again, something that I still try to do today is figuring out why am I doing what I'm doing and how is that helping me to get where I want to go.
That's great.
I think it's a great idea. Just try it. I think at the very least, you're trying something new, and that's exciting and already brave in and of itself. And I think stepping into a new situation and challenging yourself ends up being some of the most rewarding activities and experiences you can have. It is a very hard question to answer because I think there are so many different trips and meets that we went to that as a whole, I look back on with such good memories. I loved the lakeside meets. I loved going down to Nashville. But I really think just like swimming is a lot about the details, it's a lot about the little things. And one thing that I would characterize as one of my favorite parts about Carmel Swim Club was how much you felt like you were a part of something bigger than yourself and you were a part of a team. And that kind of showed up in being at the nap, being at in the back hallway, doing dynamic warm-up, Friday night of a meet, and it's like this nervous, anxious, excited energy, and you're all on the same page. One of the coaches gives a nice pep talk, and you all just you know what's coming. There's no doubt in your mind that Carmel's going to show up when the meet starts. Or being in the warm-up pool behind the blocks in the mat and picking your head up on the side and seeing just your teammate kill it and know like you're up next, or you had just swum a race and you're also watching the person that you've trained next to for months and months and months also kill it. Just little things like that. It's a special thing, and like I said, I'm trying to find something that replicates that, and that is a well-rounded, swimming it's a sport, it's competitive, but it's also extremely personal, it's individual, it's team-oriented, and that's not really a moment, but it's a feeling, I guess. It's my favorite. It's a feeling that I got.
And I think that's really special. And as soon as you started describing it, I could feel it too. I mean, that's an energy in that back hallway that truly was palpable. And
I'm getting chills.
Yeah, you really it's a very concrete thing, but that feeling is what stays with you. And some of those trips and things that they were great, but they're fleeting. And it's the day to day that we build our lives upon. Those momentous occasions are wonderful, and we bridge them, and we bridge them with those smaller moments. And it's actually nice to hear that it's some of those details and that collection of smaller experiences that leave you with such a positive feeling. I think that's great.
I was at the Carmel Swim Club for 12 years. And my brother and sister are both 5 and 6 years older than me. So I got to know so many different people through the club and so many different families. And I think just like each swimmer shows up for each other, each family shows up for each other. I've been to weddings. I've unfortunately been to funerals. And the amount of love and heartache that we've experienced is the families are just there for each other, and I think that is incredibly special and something that I would like to share because you might not know it from the outside. It's not just swimming, right. And it's real life and it happens, and yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons I wanted to sit down with you was because I think, like I said, Carmel was provided me with this foundation of self-reflection. I think this has been an incredible moment for me of self-reflection and just realizing how many little things I learned and how many big things I've learned, and just saying thank you to you. I mean, you were one of my coaches, and to all the coaches and the club, and I feel like I grew up within the club and I watched the club grow into its mission and values, and it's what you see is what you get. So
Yeah, that's pretty special. Well, thank you very, very much.